We're not done with sporting matters yet, because you might remember last summer, we spoke to a man who set himself a massive challenge to run 10 million metres. That's 10,000 kilometres or 6,200 miles. Alex Flynn from Henley is doing it to raise money for research into Parkinson's disease, which he developed 4 years ago when he was 36. He's just over a third of the way to his target, but in the last year alone, he's had to deal with a broken ankle, a stress fracture and torn ligaments. He came into the studio a little earlier to update us on his progress, and I asked him if he ever regretted setting himself the challenge.
No, I'm fully committed, absolutely, and I'm going to see it out until the end.
Despite all the injuries that you've had, because you broke your ankle on a race called the Otter Trail. Is that right? It's through South Africa, and it's like a marathon but with added danger. Yeah,
immense climbs, interesting river crossings, including one in particular which was rumoured to have shark and a crocodile, and there are interesting animals like snakes and leopard, so it was quite good. Traversed the technical bits but got to the most simple rock in the world. Stepped off and rolled my ankle and completely broke it.
But then ran on with it broken for a little bit.
Yeah, for about a kilometre. So I think stubborn is the word.
It is, definitely stubborn. Dedicated, I think, as well, because you're very open about talking about the effects your Parkinson's has, because you're not just dealing with injuries that other runners may get. You've also got tremors, haven't you, which affect you when you're running?
Yeah, sometimes my legs, especially my right leg, doesn't do what I want it to do, which made it incredibly difficult over very technical terrain in the Otter Trail, but also embarrassing while trying to race towards a finish line when your legs just wants to leap out to the side like a dog peeing up a post. So it's par for the course.
And you've set yourself some really big challenges. This year your biggest one was to go across Europe.
Yeah, 1,457 miles between London and Rome. I did it in 30 days, but it was 1,800, but I had a stress fracture in my right tibia on day 3 and carried on for about 350 miles.
And what's the stress fracture feel like?
Like somebody hitting your shin with a stick repeatedly every footfall.
While you were going across Europe, on some days you were running 2 marathons a day, which would be ridiculous for someone who was completely fit to be attempting to be doing. But for you, it must be a really big strain on your body. Yeah, 2 marathons a day, running the first 20 marathons in 10 days. It's hard on the body, but incredibly satisfying, especially when you're running into Rome, you finish at the Circus Maximus and you've covered that distance that you only dreamed about. I think that's hugely worthwhile. But you're setting yourself a big challenge again this year. You're hoping to go coast to coast across America. This would be the similar route to the one that James Cracknell did when he got run over by a lorry and nearly died in Arizona. Yeah, except I'm going to add a mountain climb into it as well. And I hope to do it in 24 days or less. So fingers crossed, if I can get the finance and everything works out, then it'll be a first. Well, we will be following your progress. Alex, thanks for coming in. Thank you.